Hello viewers, today's most important topic is child labor. Imagine this for a moment. A little boy, no older than 8, sits on the side of a dusty road. His small hands, meant to hold pencils and toys, are blackened with grease as he fixes car tires. His shirt is torn, his face is tired, but what strikes you most is his silence. No laughter. No play. Just survival. This boy could have been in a classroom, learning the alphabet, drawing pictures, or playing cricket with friends. Instead, he is trapped in a cycle he never chose: child labor. Now pause for a second and ask yourself, what if that child was your brother, your sister, your son, or your daughter? Would you stay silent? Or would you rise up and say, this is not okay? Welcome to Knowledge Hub Factory, where today, we dive deep into one of the most heartbreaking and urgent topics of our time: child labor. This isn't just another video. This is a wake-up call. Together, we are going to uncover the truth about child labor, why it exists, the struggles behind it, the misconceptions society holds, and most importantly, how you and I can be part of the change. By the end of this video, you will not just understand the problem, but you'll walk away inspired, with practical steps and the courage to believe that even the smallest action can bring hope to millions of children worldwide. So, let's begin this journey, not with fear, but with hope. Because hope is what every child deserves. Understanding child labor. Child labor is not just about children working. It is about children being robbed of their childhood. It's about stolen dreams, lost education, and broken innocence. Let's make it simple. Child labor happens when children are forced to work in harsh conditions at an age when they should be learning, playing, and growing. They work in factories, on farms, in brick kilns, in households, and on streets. Many do it to help their families survive. But why does it happen? The biggest reason is poverty. Families struggling to afford food and shelter see no other option but to send their children to work. Sometimes it's not even a choice. Sometimes it's debt, exploitation, or even trafficking. Here's the painful reality. According to the International Labor Organization, more than 160 million children worldwide are trapped in child labor. That's nearly 1 in every 10 children. Now think about this. Behind every product we buy cheaply, a carpet, a piece of clothing, even food on our table, there might be a child who suffered to make it. But here's where I want to connect with you directly. Haven't we all, at some point, seen children selling balloons, washing dishes in small restaurants, or begging at traffic signals? And didn't something inside us whisper, this isn't fair? And yet, we often move on, maybe because we feel powerless, or maybe because we think, this is just how the world works. But here's the truth, it doesn't have to be this way. Let me share a story. Iqbal Masih, a boy from Pakistan, was sold into bonded labor at the age of 4. He worked 12 hours a day, tying knots in carpets. But at age 10, he escaped. He didn't just free himself, he became a voice for millions of children like him. His courage inspired laws against child labor worldwide. Sadly, his life was cut short, but his message remains alive: one child can change the world. That's the foundation of today's talk. Understanding child labor is not just about numbers and facts. It's about realizing that every child forced into labor is a story cut short, a dream denied. And now that we know this, the real question is, what do we do about it? Struggles, misconceptions, and breaking barriers. Let's talk about the struggles children in labor face. They work in dangerous environments. Imagine tiny hands handling heavy machinery, sharp tools, or toxic chemicals. Many suffer injuries, illnesses, and in the worst cases, even death. They're denied education, which means they remain stuck in poverty for life. And emotionally, they carry scars that no child should ever bear: fear, exhaustion, hopelessness. But here's another truth. It's not just about the children. Parents, too, struggle. A mother who sends her child to work doesn't do it because she wants to. She does it because hunger leaves her no choice. Now, let's address some common misconceptions. At least they're earning money. But the money children make is so little, it barely helps. Instead, it steals their chance at education, which could have lifted the whole family out of poverty. It's part of their culture. No culture celebrates the suffering of its children. Culture is about traditions, not exploitation. It's impossible to stop child labor. No. It's hard, but not impossible. History shows us that change is always possible when people unite with determination. Remember Malala Yousafzai. She stood up for education when extremists tried to silence her. She proved that one voice, even a young one, can challenge global systems. And here's something I want you to take in deeply. Every time a child breaks free from labor and gets a chance at education, it's not just that child who wins. It's an entire generation that rises. Yes, the struggles are heavy. Yes, the misconceptions are strong. But history is full of examples of people who said, enough is enough. And that's exactly what we must say today. Practical solutions and strategies. So now the big question, what can we do? You might be thinking, I'm just one person. How can I fight such a massive issue? But remember, big changes start with small steps. Here are practical strategies. 1. Educate yourself and others. Talk about child labor. Share stories. Awareness is the first step toward change. 2. Support education. If you see a child working, ask if there's a way to help them attend school. Support organizations that provide free education and meals to underprivileged children. 3. Be a conscious consumer. Check where your products come from. Support brands that are transparent and against child labor. Every purchase you make is a vote for the kind of world you want. 4. Speak up. If you see children being exploited, don't stay silent. Report it to authorities, NGOs, or local organizations. Silence helps the abuser, not the child. 5. Encourage small changes in your community. Sometimes, sponsoring even one child's education can change an entire family's future. 6. Adopt a mindset of hope. Don't think of this issue as too big to solve. Instead, think of it as one step at a time, one child at a time. Take Kailash Satyarthi, for example. He has freed over 80,000 children from slavery in India. He didn't start big. He started with one child. One life. And today, his movement has changed millions. That's the power of consistent action. So, I challenge you, what can you do today? Maybe it's donating to a cause, maybe it's raising awareness, maybe it's just starting a conversation. Whatever it is, do it. Because children cannot fight this battle alone. As we come to the end of this journey, let's go back to that little boy on the roadside with grease on his hands. Think about him again. What does he truly deserve? Not a life of labor, but a life of learning. Not exploitation, but exploration. Not tears, but dreams. And that's the truth for every child. Every child deserves love, education, and a chance to shine. We've learned today that child labor is not just a social issue. It's a human issue. We've seen the struggles, we've broken the misconceptions, and we've uncovered practical steps for change. But here's the most important lesson: change begins with us. It begins with you, watching this video right now. It begins with me, speaking these words. It begins with the decision that we will not turn away when we see injustice, no matter how small. Children are the future of our world. And when we allow their potential to be stolen, we steal from our future too. But when we protect them, empower them, and fight for their rights, we create a world that is brighter for all of us.
Welcome to Knowledge Hub Factory. Today, we are diving into one of the most urgent and sensitive issues of our time: child sexual abuse. This is not a subject anyone enjoys discussing, but silence does not protect children, it protects abusers. And so, we must face this issue with courage, compassion, and commitment. What you are about to hear is not just for parents, teachers, or professionals. It is for every single member of society, because protecting children is not just a family responsibility, it is a community duty and a moral obligation. Child sexual abuse is often described as a silent epidemic. It rarely makes headlines, but its scars run deep and last a lifetime. Children who experience this form of violence may struggle with trust, self-worth, and relationships for years to come. Some never speak of it at all, carrying the burden, alone while the world looks away. And yet, behind closed doors, millions of children across the world